Welcome to the Bloodstones podcast featuring your host, Ivana. Today, your host will be talking about the horrors of nothing. Question: have you ever been stuck in your mind thinking there's nothing? Well, after this story, you're always going to be thinking about something, not nothing anymore.
There's something in the dark. It happens when you get sick. It can happen to anyone, right? It's nothing. Figments, figures, failures of the mind, conjure reality. It's supposed to be nothing, but there's something in the dark. Something unknown perches on my windowsill and watches through the blinds, eyes fixing only on me, unmoving. I always try to ignore it. Always try to ignore the stares from outside the bedroom, from outside the living room, from through the bathroom door. There is something in the dark. I could feel it slide through my spirally black shadows, a sickening surge of air slipping against my legs. The sensation of something slithering in silence. There is something in the dark, something that makes my temples pulse in my head. Something that sends my clenched up heart palpitating wildly. I lie in bed and sweat, turning this away, and that as I am assailed by the soft fall of something against the carpet all around me. There's something in the dark. I could feel it lurking low, silking past me, circling me. There is something in the dark. When I wander out of bed in the quiet hours of a soundless night, I could feel it standing behind me in the kitchen. There's something in the dark. At 3 in the heavy morning, it pauses behind my back. It waits somewhere beyond my feet, the glint of glazed eyes gleaming just past my thin socks on the too cold floor tile. There's something in the dark. But it's nothing. It's always nothing. It has never touched me. Never been more than that. Something in the dark. There is something in the dark. I could feel it by the door, scratching quietly at the frame. Can hear the breathing, soft and measured. The signature of something poised to ravage. There's something in the dark. And sometimes I catch a glimpse of its outline, grisly, morbid, a harbinger of something foul. A shadow pressed against the light just before it flickers out. And then there's nothing. There's something in the dark. I know it's nothing, but when I hear the soft, inevitable progression of its measured footsteps heading down the hallway, drawing nearer, accompanied by the sound of breathing, I run, feet tearing down the carpeted hallway, seeking refuge in my bed. There is something in the dark. It's nothing, it's nothing. I tell myself, remind myself, consciously and forcefully and without fail. But my own desperation rises in the tide. A swell, choking off my air, smothering me beneath tar-like black tendrils, climbing me and pulling me down. Down, down, down. There is something in the dark. There is something in the dark. The air, filled with screaming and shrieking, filled with thrashing of legs in defense against something that will never touch me, but will always watch. There's something in the dark. It's the sound of my heart, thumping, thumping, and thumping in my pillow, beating angrily against my ears. It's the tapping on my window, the whispers of my name just beyond the glass. There's something in the dark. It calls me softly, an humane voice, croaking and croaking. Something that's impelling me to come closer, closer, and closer still. There is something in the dark. It's nothing. It's supposed to be nothing. There is something in the dark. Something inside of me. Something invites itself in like a creeping cold. I could feel it squirming between my ribs. Can feel it pounding angrily in my head, coiled around my throat. There is something in the dark, but my thoughts are forcible reminder. Drumming in my skull, a high pitch whirling in my head, It's nothing. It could happen to anyone. I found something in the dark. I found something in the distant, unkempt reaches of my sickly and suffering mind. Something that will not stay hidden, will not stay quiet. I found something I cannot put back, cannot shake off. I tried to remember it's nothing. I tried to swallow it down, force it down my throat. The idea, I found nothing. There is something in the dark. Something among the gnarled and bloodied hands that reach forward from the pools of inky murk around me, grabbing at my chest. There's supposed to be something in the dark. Its grip like an iron clenching around my foot, touching me. It's supposed to be nothing. A nothing that would always watch, only watch, and never touch. It was in my head, not on my skin. It was the sickness, only the mind. There was supposed to be nothing in the dark.
But there is something in the dark.
There is something gripping my ankle. There is something in the dark, crawling up my legs, something clawing its way up my body. There is something in the dark, something cold and hard pinning me to the bed. There's something I can't strain against. There's something in the dark. Something cutting off my air, something leaving me paralyzed and breathless and wriggling. Wide-eyed and caught, there's something in the dark. A twisted face, crunched and malformed, sunken in a split, looking down at me. There is something in the dark. A hair's breadth from my nose. It's not nothing.
It can happen to anyone.
I told you, something's in the dark. Why didn't you listen to me?
Well, no one can hear you. You're all alone, stuck in your poor mind.
Well, that's your scary story, folks. Thanks for tuning in Bloodstones podcast. We'll see you next time.